Welcome to Equestria Athletica's Yoga for Equestrians. Today we are focusing on legs. We're going to start out in a seated position. Just focus on your breathing. Arms up and into your heart. Now we're going to go into a bound angle pose. Hold this for a bit. And forward fold. Next, we're going to be moving up to mountain pose. In this pose, really ground your feet into the ground and activate your leg muscles so that you can feel all the muscles in your feet and your legs to create some self-awareness throughout your legs. Now reach up and bend down towards your feet just as far as you can go. And bring yourself a little closer to your legs and rise up again, back into mountain. Create that self-awareness in your legs. Forward fold to stretch the legs out. And back up to mountain. One last time, reach up and down to stretch out your legs. Really give it a good, nice, deep stretch this time, as far as you can possibly go without it hurting too much. And back up. Now we're going to return to sitting down on our mat, and we're going to go back into our bound angle pose, this time with a little forward fold. Now we'll take one leg out and extend it in front of us, and we're going to do single leg extended folds. Just reach down as far as you can. I can make it out to my foot. Some days are different than others. Some days you might just be able to make it out to your knee or to your shin, just as far as is comfortable for you. And then shake it out in your bound angle pose. And extend your other leg forward. And forward fold just as far as you are comfortable with this day. Then back to bound angle and shake it out. Next, we're going to go into our pigeon pose. This is going to help with some hip flexors. And then we're also going to stretch our thigh out here. If you want, you can bring your foot up to your hand, and the further you bring your leg in close to your body, the more you're going to stretch out your thigh. So only go as far as you're comfortable with. Then we'll extend our legs in front, do a nice little forward fold. Always make sure to keep breathing. And then extend your other leg out behind you. And pigeon on the other side. Then if you like, you can take your foot up with your hand. Stretch out that thigh. And the deeper the stretch, the closer we bring the foot into our body. Now we're going to go into our chair pose. So we'll start up in mountain and then bend our knees. This time we're going to hold the chair pose for 5 breaths. So in through your nose and out through your mouth for 5 counts. Make sure that your knees don't go over front of your toes so that you don't hurt your knees. And back to standing. And do a nice little forward fold in between. And up to standing. And then we're going to hold our chair pose again, this time for 4 breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Rise up to standing again, forward fold, little half bend, forward fold again, and rise up to the top. Down onto our chair pose one last time. This time we're just going to hold it for 3 breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth, and rise up. Forward fold. And now we're going to take it back down to the mat. This next pose is going to be the bridge pose. So just push your feet down into the mat and lift up through your back. And really squeeze your gluteus maximus muscles when you're up at the top of this bridge here. Kind of activate your pose. Slowly lower back down. Now we're going to stretch out our legs here, so just hold on your leg as far up as you can. I can reach my toe, but you just might be either holding onto your calf or underneath your knee, just whatever is comfortable for you. And then slowly lower your leg down to the ground. And lift your other leg up again, just hold wherever you're comfortable with. And then we're going to take our leg out to the side. Stretching out the muscles down the back of our leg and our hip flexor muscles. And we're going to repeat this one more time on each leg. So lift up. And then slowly bring your leg out over to the side. And try and keep your back flat on your mat while we're doing this. When you rotate your leg out to the side, you might be kind of tempted to lift the opposite side of your back off the mat, but just try and use your core muscles to keep your back flat on the mat and no rotation in your spine. Lift that leg back up and slowly lower your leg down back to the mat. Then we're going to go into a nice little forward fold and swing your legs around back. And we're going to go into the bow pose. And you can alternate your legs coming down, kind of move around in it a little bit, back to your bow, and then we're just gonna pull our feet in towards our bottom and stretch out our thighs, and back to flat. We're gonna do a little child's pose. Then we're going to take a lunge. This is going to be a high lunge with a crescent variation. Then you're going to revolve your lunge, so you're opening it up to the side. Then you're going to pull your knee back, so straight leg in front for a triangle. Then we're going to switch legs, so we're going to start off with that high crescent lunge. And revolve our lunge. Then straighten that knee back for your revolved triangle. And go out into a plank and slowly lower your body down to the ground. And we're going to go up into our bow pose one more time. And you can bring your feet in close to your body, kind of play around with them a little bit. And feet in towards your bottom, stretch those thighs out. Back into child's pose one more time, just to relax your back after that bow pose. Now a nice deep squat up through your chair, up to your stand. And return to your seated pose. Thank you very much for watching today. Namaste.